In my college algebra math class, one of the assignments my professor gave me was to create a linear model for a real-life application and at least 2 realistic questions with their answers. I started thinking of different ways I could accomplish this assignment. I thought of highly complex linear equations that might impress my professor, but I ran the risk of miscalculating and getting a bad grade on the assignment. On the other hand, an overly simple equation ran the risk of not having enough substance to get full credit. I wanted to strike a balance between the two, and suddenly the answer seemed so clear. At the time of the assignment, I was working for an industrial water treatment company, and part of my job was to create quotes for installing pipework for controllers and monitoring systems. This work experience gave me the perfect example for the assignment. I could show how I used linear equations at work all the time and reference my own knowledge to create a formula: y equals t times cx plus ax plus b, where y equals the total cost of goods, including parts, applicable tax, labor, and miscellaneous supplies. In that equation, t equals the local gross receipts tax rate, c equals the cost of one piece of 10-foot pipe, x equals the number of pieces of pipe required, a equals the labor cost to install one piece of pipe in dollars per hour, and b equals miscellaneous and shop supplies. This formula could be used in all different types of applications. I used some resources from my job to determine the cost of pipe and even asked my boss at the time if our labor rate changed depending on the scope of work. My company's local plumbing supplier provided us with a catalog of products and prices, so I used this as a resource to provide answers to the real-life questions I had to provide. Then I did a quick Google search to determine the local tax rate for the job site. At this point, I had everything I needed to create questions and answers for my model. The challenges I came across, though, centered around gathering the information needed for the answers. Prices on materials changed quite often, but after thinking about it, I realized that I was only providing an example, not an actual quote. This gave me the confidence to move forward with the assignment. After receiving my grade back, which was 100%, my professor said that I did a great job and she loved that I was talking about linear behavior in my workplace. I learned that math is all around us. We use it all the time and sometimes don't even realize it. I also concluded that some things that we might consider to be complicated aren't that hard when you look at the whole picture. Initially, I overcomplicated the problem when a simpler and easier to understand solution was right in front of me. I just needed to take a step back and see it.